Majora's Mask, a mask made by an ancient tribe for mysterious purpose, imbued with a dark magic that makes it sentient, and wherever the mask goes, chaos, darkness, and death follows. In the game Majora's Mask, the mask is stolen by the Skull Kid from the Happy Mask Salesman. It leads the mask to Termina after cursing Link to become a Deku Scrub. In Termina, the mask uses Skull Kid like a puppet and tries to bring the moon to the city of Termina within 3 days. The city gets destroyed unless Link uses the Ocarina of Time and plays the Song of Time to reset the cycle of the 3 days. It is not until Link frees the 4 giants that the moon can be stopped, forcing the mask to release the Skull Kid, allowing Link to fight the mask itself, with its 3 different forms: Majora's Mask, Majora's Incarnation, and Majora's Wrath. But let's track back to the beginning. How did the Happy Mask Salesman locate the Majora's Mask in the first place? Analyzing the Happy Mask Salesman's movement from Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask is a mystery. Happy Mask Salesman first appears in Ocarina of Time when he opens the Happy Mask shop. While managing his shop, he hires Link to deliver masks to customers, allowing Link to earn small earnings. After Link delivers all of the masks to the rightful customer, Link can rent the Mask of Truth and other masks he sold. Link is also able to rent the Goron Mask, the Zora Mask, and the Gerudo Mask. But after that, he disappears, never to be seen after Link comes out of his slumber from the Temple of Time. He does return, though, for the celebration at Lon Lon Lounge with everyone in Hyrule. He later returns in Majora's Mask, having already obtained the mask. After it gets stolen, he tasks Link to retrieve the mask, but gives a deadline of 3 days, like he knew Termina was gonna end on the 3rd night. So we can assume that the Happy Mask Salesman acquired it after he left the shop during the Child timeline and before the opening scene of Majora's Mask. There are numerous locations in Hyrule and Termina where the mask could have been stored, but there are one most likely spot, in my opinion, that the mask could have been stored, and that main place is in Hyrule in the Arbiter's Ground. Now, let's discuss this Arbiter's Ground. The Arbiter's Ground, located deep in the Gerudo Desert, was once a prison for the worst criminals within Hyrule. Many criminals and dark objects have been stored in the Arbiter's Ground. Such objects stored in the Arbiter's Ground are the fossilized remains of Star-Lord, Death Sword's sword, and the Mirror of Twilight. Such a dark item like the Majora's Mask could have certainly been stored in such a place like the Arbiter's Ground. The only thing we know about this ancient tribe who created the mask is that they practice dark magic. The main candidate that's brought to my mind that have a qualification that practices dark magic to create the mask is the Dark Interlopers. The history of the Interlopers ends in tragedy, as these Dark Interlopers, during the Interloper War, tries to steal the power of Triforce. Due to this, Goddess Hylia strips away most of their dark magic into the Fused Shadow and banishes them through the Mirror of Twilight, creating the first people of Twilight. With such immense magic imbued in the Fused Shadow, the Dark Interlopers will have had the dark magic necessary to create a mask such as the Majora's Mask. This might have been a weapon they were going to use during the war, but failed to use it on time as they got banished. A weapon as dark and strong as the Majora's Mask, the Interlopers would not leave it behind unattended. So either, while the Interlopers were banished to the realm of Twilight, Goddess Hylia and her followers encountered the item and decided to store and lock the item in the Arbiter's Ground, or the Interlopers had just enough time to secure the mask near the Arbiter's Ground before they were banished and was kept undiscovered until the Happy Mask Salesman discovered it. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, as there will be more Zelda content in the future. And if you have any other opinions on where the Happy Mask Salesman found the Majora's Mask, then please comment down below so that I can respond to you kindly. I appreciate watching this video, and I'll see you next time for further content.